Welcome back to a new video. Today, as you can see in the title of this video, I'm going to be giving you guys kind of like a story time of what happened with our home that we were supposed to be built. So let's get right into it. So I think I mentioned it in a couple of videos that we were going to build a house, and that was the plan for the longest time. And we actually started talking about it in January of 2017, I believe. It's when we first started talking about it. And we talked about it in January 2017, and then, you know, 1 year later in January 2018 we started Alexa started meeting up with architects and like all that stuff, and we actually sat down and we actually have the blueprints and everything of what the house was supposed to be. And in April of 2018 it was the first when we sat down and like kind of did a sketch of what we wanted the house to look like, and we went back and forth a couple of times, and then we had the final one. So then when we were ready to start the whole process, this was right before the wedding, and we got married in August of 2018. So we started doing all the bank stuff to get our bank loan for the construction loan, and we got all that down. We even went out and did like the I forgot what it is, but it's the land survey. Like, we had everything. So the last thing we needed was the builder, and he was supposed to give us basically the contract of what it was gonna cost. We had like side people that were to come in and do different things, but we needed the builder, who was gonna be the general contractor, who essentially is the one that's out you know, during the whole construction process and is making sure that everything is running smoothly. So we had one person in mind, and we never really thought about going and seeing our other options. Like, we thought he was gonna be the for sure one, and he was gonna hook it up. But when he came back with the numbers and, you know, the contract, it was literally way out of our price range. We were budgeting a certain amount, and he was basically doubling that number. So we kept on going back and forth for a couple of times, like, what should we do? Should we look at other people? And we actually did. We got a couple of different other quotes, and they were still coming out pretty high. There was one that, you know, was kind of like a reasonable price, I guess, but at that price we had to literally take out a lot, well, not a lot of things, but some things, and we basically had to cut down the house. And, you know, it was just at the point where, like, you know, it wasn't really the house that we wanted anymore, I could say. Like, you know, when we were designing the house, we literally designed it the way we wanted it to be, and it just wasn't coming out that way anymore because we had to downgrade on certain things. So, you know, we just kept on going back and forth till we just buy a house and, you know, just put this to the side, like, and we just build later. Because, like, I feel like whenever you want to build a house, it should be, you know, how you want it, and not like you have to like I don't even know how to, like, you don't want to settle. Like, I mean, you do want to settle, but like, you just want, whenever you build a house, you just want your house to be like what you want it to be, because you're not building it, but like, you're designing it. So like, it just didn't feel like, you know, it just didn't feel right anymore. And it was just like too much stuff, and it was getting complicated really quick, and it was getting pricey really quick. And, you know, take in mind that we were getting a certain quote for the general contractor, but the land price was not included in that. So that was already like putting up the numbers up and high, and I didn't want to be house broke. So, you know, then we decided to start looking at homes, like potentially to buy a home. We went and saw a couple, and then we're like, no, like, we can build still. So we went back to try to build a house again, and then we're like, the numbers were like, you know, adding like utilities and just like mortgage and just everything, and it was just coming up too high. And then like literally one day Like, we're like, you know what, let's just go see some homes. This is the second time around that we went to go see homes again. And so we saw this one home and contacted, I think it was through Zillow, contacted an agent. He got back to us and he's like, well, why don't you guys go ahead and do give me some other couple homes so we can go see. So like, you know, the drive and him coming out would be worth it. So we did. And we went to go see homes, and it was on a Sunday. This was like right before New Year's. It was on New Year's Eve or before New Year's Eve, or a week before. So then we went and we saw some homes. But actually, take that back. That morning when we were gonna go, the day of we were gonna go see the houses in the morning, I actually saw one home that literally went up on the market that same day. And you know, it was nearby where we were currently living at the time, so I was like, you know, why not, let's go check it out. But we were mostly looking at new builds, not like older homes, because we didn't want to deal with like the whole remodeling process. So the one that I saw was an older home. It was built like in 1970s, I believe, but it looked very put together. So that was the 5th house we were supposed to see that day. So, you know, we saw 4 other homes that day, and then we went to the last one, which was the one that was near our current home. We went, and like I said, that was an older home, and literally we fell in love with that house. Like, it was an almost 1 acre home, and the price was a steal. The agent said that, you know, he didn't really know why it was at that price, because he said it was a good price for that amount of size of lot and home. But after talking to the owners, you know, they were an older couple, and they were just trying to go out to Conroe to be closer to family, so they just wanted to sell the house already. So we're like, immediately like, we have to put an offer. And we didn't even go that day thinking we're gonna put an offer on a house, but literally that house was like meant to be. Like, even the next day we took his parents, and his parents loved the house. So we put an offer in, but then we heard that there was other offers already for that house. And long story short, because I don't want to go too much into that, but long story short, it took about like, I'm gonna say like a week and a half for them to come back to us. And essentially it was down to us and another person, and we didn't end up getting it because the other person had a cash offer and we didn't have a cash offer. So obviously they weren't going to refuse a cash offer. So I was pretty upset about that, because I really loved the home, but you know, everything happens for a reason. So then we just like kind of started looking around some more, and we literally, like, after that, I guess, like, sorry, the video cut off. Anyway, so like after that, like, I personally felt like I kept comparing all the houses that we're looking at to we called it the Corvette house, because that's like the street it was in. And it just, I don't know, just all the homes did not feel like home. And we literally saw probably over like 20 homes, and it was getting really frustrating for a little bit. And then we kind of paused for a bit and went back to it. Wasn't until, you know, February when I saw this home go up for sale, and it was a new construction home, and it was like 10 minutes away from where we were living at the time. So I remember they had an open house that Sunday, so we went and saw it, checked it out. You know, we really liked the we really liked how the home was, because we were really essentially looking for like a new built, more modern look, and the house had everything, well, mostly everything that we wanted, and it was at a good price, and it's still like inside, well, it's still close enough to like everything. We don't want to go too far out of the city, so it kind of worked out perfectly. We put in an offer, they came back and said, you know, we have other offers, put in your best offer. So then we went back, put another offer, and they accepted it that same day. And it took about a month to close on the house, and literally the day we closed was on March 4th. And I told my sister, you know what, for some reason so many things have happened on March 4th that have been good to my life, and March 4th is her birthday. And on March 4th 2 years ago, I purchased my first car, and then, you know, fast forward to 2 years, March 4th we signed on our first home. So I was telling her, like, it's, you know, ironic how March 4th so many significant things have happened. But yeah, so we signed and literally moved in that same day. Like we already knew we were gonna close on the 4th, so that weekend, March 4th was on a Monday, so that weekend we were literally packing and like cleaning the home that we were in. And so it was like pretty easy to move because the home that we lived in was pretty small, so we didn't have many things and we didn't have a lot of furniture, just because I knew that eventually we were going to move. So I didn't want to buy a lot of stuff and then have to move with everything, since I knew that wasn't our forever home. But yeah, so we moved that day, and you know, it was pretty fast. It took about a week to kind of like settle, and I feel like we're still missing couple things. Like we still don't have like a TV stand, or like we don't have like little things, because like I said, our other house was really tiny, so we didn't have a lot. But you know, I think it's gonna take a little while to kind of like decorate and like fully have the house like completely done. Like I would say it's like 80% done, and the other 20% is just like decor and stuff like that. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty much done. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna be having a house tour pretty soon. I did one, as you guys probably saw, was like kind of like empty house tour, but it still has stuff. But I'll do another one with our stuff here. But yeah, that was about it. Just wanted to go ahead and explain that and giving you the story time behind the house. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.